Welcome to my show. My name is Nova Serious. This is where I hang, don't focus on appearances. I am a man and I love to co-parent. A lot of people hate it, but they can't understand it. Paint on the side and don't gotta work life. I'm on a wave, you can call it surf right. I'm a black man, I do not deserve rights. Love up on my kids and don't do it out of spite. Take a little time, teach my daughter how to bite. I am a star and I live without a mic. Come to bring you love like a thief in the night. When it comes to my kids, guarantee I'ma fight. Yeah, yeah, I'ma fight. When it comes to my kids, guarantee I'ma fight. Yeah, yeah, I'ma fight. When it comes to my kids, guarantee I'ma fight. What's up, gang? How you guys doing today? Obviously, it's a new day, and yeah, I got stuff going on, and taking care of the kids. You know, I'm watching this video. And she talking about a topic that I like a lot, and it's mostly about like art and what the lens of an artist is, what it looks like, how it's presented to the world and stuff. And I just feel like there's a lot of stuff that I can do to you know do the same things that she's talking about doing. And I'm not saying that I want to do everything to the T. I'm just saying I've been had those urges. I just didn't know that that's exactly what it was. And now that I know, not really, I knew what I want to do. It's just like I know that what I'm really leaning towards is trying to be, like more oriented with what problems I have as a citizen here, as a resident, as somebody that's in the state of a country, and I'm just trying to get a hold of myself. But this video is really not about that. I was watching that, but what this video is about, what I learned as a co-parent, and I just decided to do it in a different way. Instead of talking about the actual problems, I just decided to talk about, my reflection, how I reflect off of it, and because I talk to my reflection all the time, so I wanted to do the good reflections towards that. So that's what I'm doing. So what I learned as a co-parent is I have 4 different things that I learned as a co-parent. I'm gonna talk about them individually, but yeah. What I learned as a co-parent is race labels or class labels definitely shape the parent's perspective on safety and security. Because if you think about it, you have to think about security and you also have to think about safety. So like you have to see what kind of perspective a person has. You have to understand what perspective that person has not only that, but you also got to be conscious of how you feel towards things that you don't agree with, and yeah, like that's I just learned that is a big forte in the actual like relationship as a co-parent. Because if you do not have common ground, or you don't understand the ground that the other person is standing on, you can't like coexist or co-inhabit or whatever it is, and like that would be a problem. So just make sure that you understand the race labels or the class labels of the person that you plan to partner and work with. And number 2, or there's no word. Number 2, as a parent, saying no to addictive habits are hard. That is, just, I guess, my thing. I don't know how it is for everybody, because a lot of people really like fight addiction daily, and like I can't wait to be there, but I'm just not there now. And I'm not saying that I'm addicted to like anything that's like dangerous, or there's a lot of stuff that's dangerous. In excess amounts, it can be very dangerous, like water, for instance, but we still drink it to live. Yeah. But that's all I'm trying to say. Like as a co-parent, like saying no to addictive habits are, pretty hard. Sugars, meats, what do you call it? Tacos, all kinds of stuff. So also I learned different things about health too when it comes to that. You know, addictive foods, like trying to like get more healthy things put into your life can help you get addicted to that kind of stuff. You know, like you'll be addicted to overcoming, which I can understand why it's like people that overcome a lot would fight addiction on the regular if they're not even fighting addiction. I mean, you know, like it's hard for them to want to eat something that's gonna be bad for their body, and like, you know, you feel it right away. You eat it and you get sick. I mean, I like, for some food is like that for me. For some food is like that. Like, I eat that shit and I get sick. Not Indian food. I'm talking about food that you buy at the store. And it's just really weird. I just can't eat some food. And like, now I'm just leaning towards vegetables and fruits and stuff. But that's just who I choose to be. All right. And I did eat some hot dogs last night though. I did eat some, you know, chili cheese and stuff. Some cheese in it. But I'm trying to fight having that urge. That's what I'm saying. It's addictive. Being comfortable is addictive. So I gotta make myself uncomfortable. Anywho, number 3, the same household co-parenting should involve a co-inhabiting agreement for the child, of course. Why? Because you never know what anybody is planning. You never know what could go down. You never know if there's anything that is secretly happening right under your nose. And that's what scares me. You know, I'll just be trying to understand what it means to be in control of your environment and understand how you can help, you know, yourself and others along the way. That's the whole point, is, you know, to co-inhabit in a virtuous manner, co-inhabit all together, you know, for the good of the whole and not just the good of one. And I think that is one of the hardest concepts that a lot of people have to grasp in the world, is like setting aside ego. That's why I made that number 3. Because, you know, setting aside the ego is one of the hardest things to like, you know, endure or indulge on. And yeah, it is what it is, man. So for the child, you have to make sure that you're co-inhabiting in a proper and appropriate way. And if you can't co-inhabit, then there's no reason for you to be, you know, because like then that leads to the disputes of the domestic, you know, like domestically you guys are there, y'all are, you know, working together and organizing your economics into one, trying to monetize. That's the whole point to co-inhabiting, is to monetize, because you want to put wealth into your child also at the same time. And that's what I learned also about co-parenting, is the way that you put wealth into your child. And if you can't live under the same household, you could do it under different households. You just gotta work together still. It's gotta be like a tandem thing. Like, you know, when this you know, hand tag that hand gotta get in. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. That's how the responsibility should go. That's what, you know, the man and the woman are put here to do. Whether it's vice versa, because sometimes the man has you know, feminine sides that the female doesn't have, and the female has the excuse me, did you cut that up? And sometimes the female has the masculine trait that the man doesn't have. I'm not saying that that's how it is here. I'm just saying that, like, you know, like, it's just, you know, sometimes it can play that way if it's necessary, if it's stuttering, if it's a necessity. You know what I mean? I like that song too, Stutter. But what's his name? Gates, Mr. Gates at the gates. Stutter. Ooh. All right, number 4. So number 4 is, you know, about sexuality. Anyway, you know, sex classifies as a relationship in her head most of the times. Sometimes dudes too. Sometimes dudes are possessive when it comes to, you know, you letting them hit. But sex classifies as a relationship in her head most of the times. Most of the times, physically, she's gonna feel drawn or attached to you. And then it's the same thing with men too. So I don't know. I can't really say it. So like, just get a hold. I would say just get a hold on the tensions, you know, quickly. You know, the wall around the heart. You get a hold on the tensions that you know you guys have with each other, and understand how you guys interact, whether it's likes or do's or don'ts, or you know what I mean, like things that have to be set straight. You know, alignment, purposing. You know, the ability to actually cooperate at the same time. You know, get those tensions taken care of, because if you can't cooperate, then those tensions are gonna break, and it's gonna cause, you know, damage to the monetary factor as a whole. Like, you won't be able to grow monetarily as a whole, because then like there's still ties into somebody's benefit, and if they benefit off, you know, it's really hard. You guys know about that stuff in court. Anyway, not that anybody would go to court. I'm just saying you guys know about that stuff from watching court shows. If anybody's seen a court show or witnessed what happens in court whenever there's like trust fund babies, and you know, it's like, oh, he left me this, he left me that. Nobody left me anything. So I mean, not that I need anything from anybody, or hope that I will be left anything, because I don't want anything. I don't want nothing like that to happen with the people that I have here in life already. So like, please help me get out of this hole, because I keep digging. So yeah, get a hold on the tensions and quickly before there's any chaos. You know, your security is often the foundation for your you know, recreational happiness. Your security is often the foundation for your recreational happiness. So recreationally, you can be happy, but you have to take care of your security first. Your security can be taken care of in so many different ways. Even if you're inside of a place you don't want to be, your security can be taken care of with, you know, just staying to yourself, not responding, you know, or if somebody might call you a bitch. Yeah, I've been called a bitch too, but you know, that's where not responding comes in, because you know, a bitch gonna be a bitch. You know what I mean? So like, excuse my language. So like, whenever you end up doing what you're doing, and you do that, then that's you doing what they want you to do. That's what bitches do. You know what I mean? So like, you gotta flip that shit. You gotta tell yourself the truth, because the truth is, somebody trying to bitch you out, trying to make you the bitch. It was like, you quiet? Oh, you my bitch. You a bitch. Anyway, that's like jail talk. I'm just saying, man. The relationship thing is one of the most important parts of co-parenting. If you can't hold a relationship, then you can't really co-parent. And if you can't co-parent, then that's where, you know, the battle of custody comes in. And the custody battle is one of the hardest things that people go through. I haven't experienced it myself, but I've witnessed the way that people get hurt from it. Okay. Second place. But I witnessed how people get hurt from it. And yeah, I was recently in a custody battle that had nothing to do with me. I was told that I was the father, and I was trying to get this DNA test. I don't want to say any names, but I was trying to get this DNA test, and she didn't want to do the DNA test. Bro, it took 3 years. 3 years for me to get this piece of paper that says, you are not the father. And the reason it took 3 years is because this girl wanted to like drag it along. She wanted to like argue the fact that she didn't cheat, she this and that. And the whole time, it wasn't my baby. Like she kept the same story going for like 4 years. 4 years. I wasn't with her or anything, but for 4 years. And in fact, there's a lesson here too. Yeah, I was a hoe. She like that girl, her baby is like 4 years old, the same age as my daughter. Possibly, she probably 5 now. You know what I mean? But like somewhere close. They like was within months of each other. So that made me a man, and I don't like that. So I'm trying to better my life. I don't know why I'm talking like that with all these kids around. See, there's a lot of stuff I gotta work on, and I don't even have this mindset. I don't have this perspective in my head. But yeah, that's it. That's what I learned as a co-parent. As a co-parent, the things that I learned, I feel like I experienced, and I'm going to use these experiences in my future. I just wanted to share it here. This is what I learned. This is what I'm going off of. This is who I am. Like, I love being me. I'm not mad that anybody has an opinion different from my opinion. You know what I mean? I can't be mad about that unless you're trying to hurt me physically, or you're trying to take funds out of my economic situation and change the way that I can economically progress. Any of that? Cool. So, if you like the video, subscribe, like, share, and just gonna keep on posting. I don't care if you do or not. This is for me. This is for for them, when they get older. So if they have a question about who Uncle Josh is, or who Nova 2 Serious is, or who Joshua Span is in general, they like to investigate people. Who is he? This is me. I know they got they information, but I'm putting this information here too. And as far as I could say, the worst, the baddest thing that I've ever done in my entire life, baddest thing I've ever done in my entire life was indecent exposure. Oh, it's not. Hey, yeah, you know how them like trips go. It's at the park. Speaking of the park trips, my gosh, man. To tell the truth, I get nervous when I start talking about stuff like this. But condolences to Jabari people's family and all of his friends and stuff. And I really hope that closure comes, and not only closure, but the truth is put out there for everybody to see, so that we won't go into having to fight over something that we already know to be true. We know that a lot of people ain't out here trying to be criminals, and we know that there are criminals that really are predators and have the law on their side. But yeah, it's not gonna be like that forever. Condolences to y'all, man. Love y'all.